Hello guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to show you how to replace the front upper cowl on the Z1000sx. I had a bit of a problem. We went to Filey. I parked the bike on some grass, which we always use. It was a bit softer than normal, but I went to sort out Nicky's bike and it turns out there were some moles there and they'd sort of done some tunnels. Yes, it is true. And the bike sunk, and it would have been okay if it weren't for the wooden post that caught the front of the bike. So we've got to replace this front cowl, which I bought from Kawasaki, brand new, and it matches the colour. So the first step is all the fairings got to come off. There's better videos on YouTube for that, which will explain it very easily. Do take your time with this. It's very simple to take off if you take your time. Then you need to take off the surround of the front cowl. So you've got the plastic surround for the clocks. When you take the screen off, you'll see a bottom piece of plastic that then comes off. And then you can move on to removing the mirrors. And they come off quite easy. Two 10mm bolts on the inside there. Then on the right hand side there's a screw that goes straight into the front cowl. That's all that is, just a straight easy screw. They just come out, put those aside, and then you're going to move on to the left hand side, which is a little bit different. That has a metal band around it. You pull the metal band back and then you undo the screw, and that also is part of holding the cowl on there. Then you've got two 10mm bolts which go to the front of the cowl, as you can see there briefly. They also go through the headlights. So as you can see there, be extremely careful once you've undone those and you've pulled your cowl, because the cowl is then released, and you take the cowl off, be careful the headlights don't fall with it. So my advice is to have an assistant there or a pair of hands and just hold on to the headlights, put the cowl aside. And as you can see there's some metal clips that go through into the cowl. They need to be taken off the old cowl, ready to put onto the new cowl, but just put them aside. I put one back onto the headlight to hold it into place because I didn't want to lose the headlights, obviously. But that is also how you remove the headlights if you do need to do that at any point. These grubs do need to be saved because they do not come with the new cowl. They're part of the thing so the screens can screw in there. So they're sort of rubber on one side and they have a metal in there. So they come out easier with pushing through there. As you can see my finger, push through and then it comes out relatively easy. So you do need to save all of those. And as you can see there's a thick bit. That thick bit will not go through the hole. It's got to be the thinner, smaller bit, which is in my fingers, as you can see it there. So save all those, and when fitting into the new cowl, as you can see, I use some snipe nose pliers for the fiddlier parts, which are sort of in a recess, and I sprayed a bit of silicone on to help them through. As you sort of push and twist at the same time, and that little lip will go through, and then everything is fine with that. And remember to save this plastic bottom plate. This is just one screw, and it sort of fits on at the side, but this is held better in place once the fairing is reattached and everything's back in situ. And that is quite simply done. And then you're just going to rebuild the front, put that plastic plate on at the top there before you do anything else. I do advise you fit the mirrors before you fit the fairing because it's a bit fiddly when it's in place. It's doable, but it's always easier to rebuild the front before you put the fairing on. I put the fairing on last. So I rebuild the front there, I put that plate on, and then the screen went on last. And that's it. That is pretty much the easiest way to do it. I found it very simple doing it this way. And while I had the fairing off, I decided to change the plugs as well, which is not really a simple task. But there is a much better video on YouTube, and if you comment in the comments, I will send you the link to that video. I hope that's been helpful to some people, and thank you very much.